All right. Good evening, everybody. It is 6 o'clock, and I will call the 15th regular Common Council meeting to order. Will the clerk call the roll?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Alderperson Bellinger.
Here.
Alderperson Borse.
Here.
Alderperson Close.
Here.
Alderperson Decker.
Here.
Alderperson Heidemann.
Here.
Alderperson Menzer.
Here.
Alderperson Mitchell.
Here.
Alderperson Perella.
Here.
Alderperson Rust. There are 9 present.
Thanks. If folks could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Alder Decker, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the minutes from the 14th regular council meeting held on October 20th, 2025.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor of the minutes state aye.
Aye.
Any objection? Minutes are approved. Next, we have appointments. Deputy City Attorney.
Thank you. The mayor hereby submits the following appointments for confirmation. Alder John Bellinger to be considered for appointment to the Finance and Personnel Committee. Alder Susie Borse to be considered for appointment as the Vice Chair of the Licensing, Hearing, and Public Safety Committee. Alder Dean Decker to be considered for appointment to the Redevelopment Authority. Mitchell Tempest to be considered for appointment to the Mayor's International Committee.
Thank you. Those will lay over. City Clerk, item 6.
Pursuant to Section 2-347 of the Sheboygan Municipal Code relating to the position of the city attorney, the city administrator and mayor hereby recommend that Attorney Elizabeth Majerus be appointed as the city attorney.
Thank you. Alder Decker.
I move to confirm.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. This is a roll call vote. Alder Rust.
Eight ayes, 1 abstain.
All right, that is approved. Congratulations, City Attorney Majerus. All right, City Clerk, anyone for public forum this evening?
There are lots of paper. The first name on the list is Lisa Salgado.
All right, and then those speaking tonight, state your name, address, and then the item you're speaking on, and you'll have 5 minutes. Lisa?
Lisa Salgado, 4th Street. I am speaking on item 11, the Water Commissioner's Report, because a major action was left out of the city's 3rd quarter update tonight. The Board of Waterworks Commissioners quietly approved a $58,000 EACOM engineering contract in July for a hydraulic analysis of water service to the South Point Business Park for a possible large water demand user at 2 to 6 million gallons of water per day. It specifically noted that the utility has been approached by a possible large users in the Southwest Boosted Pressure Zone in the South Point Enterprise Campus. The 2025 sewer rate summary states, while this proposed increases are due to projects and other expenses at the plant itself, a very significant project is coming to fruition near the South Point Business Park. Why? Because the city signed a letter of intent with KBC Advisors, a broker for Amazon and Microsoft data centers, for a 62-acre site in Sheboygan's Business Park. This was done without public disclosure or discussion of impacts on residents. The letter lists just $1 of earnest money and no purchase price, which is usually listed on this document. So are we possibly giving away land worth over $13 million while taxpayers pay for studies and infrastructure? According to the contract, the buyer can even assign the agreement to an affiliate or developer to develop the property without the city's consent. meaning once the title is transferred, we lose control. Von Briesen also noted that the city has requested data centers be included in the updated zoning code. For years, data centers have slipped through under vague classifications like warehouses of information. Because they resemble large storage buildings and generate minimal foot traffic, many cities have approved them under categories such as warehouse, light industrial, or storage, without recognizing their true scale or impact. A logistics warehouse, as the city has just posted about 2 hours ago, does not demand a water study or have a large water demand. So how does a data center actually benefit Sheboygan residents? They consume enormous electricity and water, rely on diesel generators, and create noise, heat, and light pollution 24 hours a day. Near homes, a daycare, and the new Gartman Farm subdivision. They promise few permanent jobs, mostly off-site or out of state. Construction is short-term, and they're not required to use union labor. Are we really going to make citizens subsidize infrastructure for corporations that routinely pass their increased utility bills onto our citizens? This isn't transparency. Someone within the city signed a non-disclosure agreement hiding this deal from the public. Closed-door deals erode trust. I urge the council, ban data centers in the new zoning code. Stop the reckless pattern of giving away public land for free. Protect our water, our power grid, and our lakefront. If the city gives away large parcels of land and allocates a big share of its electrical and water capacity to a single private user, there may be no way to get these resources back for future community needs. These companies come in, they pillage our finite resources. This is a warning to council that by allowing massive tech projects, it can permanently consume limited community resources for private gain and leave pollution behind. Citizens shouldn't pay the price so billion-dollar tech companies can profit. Residents will end up paying twice, once on their bills and again with their health. Thank you.
Thank you. City Clerk. Next person.
The next person is Michael Burnett.
Mike, if you could state your name, address, and the item you're speaking on, and you'll have 5 minutes.
All right. Mike Burnett, 611 North Water Street, and I am speaking on, I think, item number 31, which is the big boy tonight, the budget. Bottom line is, go Lisa. The data center thing, and it's like a couple months ago when I saw a thing published by the much hated Asher, Heimerman, and WKTS that we had a distribution center coming here. I'm kind of like, that doesn't make any sense. So I ran some numbers through online, and I said, I think there's going to be a data center. Sounds like some other people think it's going to be a data center. I'm not against a data center. Data center is fine if it's done right. And as you can see everybody? That's like showing you the budget, basically. It's about the same thing. You don't get to see it. You don't get to know what's going on. But they could do really cool things for our community. If it's written up right, it could be a major boom. But now we're on to that budget thing. And it's like one of those, the public safety building. It's not on stage 1. It's on like stage 2.7 of 12.5. And as I projected out, that's going to cost about $70 million over time. You can say I'm wrong. I don't think I am. And it's like I have pretty good numbers on it. And it's like basically it's one of those things. How does it start out? You're like, well, maybe we could use new carpeting. Maybe we need this and that. Next thing you know, you're rebuilding this little facility that I don't understand why we need it. And the only need I see out of the whole thing might be in evidence storage, and I think we can do it for a lot less than 70 million. And then you get on other big things. You go even beyond that, we're adding 3 cops. Sure, is it paid for by a grant for a tiny bit of portion, Sure, but as usual, you're going up the ladder, and the escalations in your budget are huge for public safety. I actually come up with a number of 34% year over year on budgets of public safety. And if that doesn't make sense to you, throw your public safety building in there. Put in the new stuff. Why do you think they're changing the prices on the ambulance stuff? Apparently, that great revenue generator, fire ambulance, doesn't make revenue. But you can go up and down the line. From even getting this meeting tonight, they're getting a new broadcast truck. I think they just got one. They're getting some kind of Telecaster system. I guarantee you, I can kick their ass with this phone. Done it, will do it. And it's like pretty much anybody could. They get about $500,000 in their operating fund each year, and it's in as revenue. It's money that's supposed to go to the general fund. Has no right being anywhere near them. It comes in as a fee for all of us pay if you're getting cable or anything, but they put it in there to pretend. Then you get to the marine and stuff, it gets even more effed up. Quite honestly, you're trying to use it as a postcard, rip the whole shit out of there, put in some really cool sculptures in there, make it so that people can dock in canoes, kayaks, and whatever. We'll bring in 10 times more people, way more revenue, and you can make it year-round. People will come. It'll be awesome. You're literally trying to hang around that stupid thing just as postcards. And it's like, do I have time left? I'll ramble on anything. How much time do I have? 1 minute, 29 seconds. Sucks to be you. Okay. And it's like, I mean, I've been up here before. I mean, this stuff is, I laugh, but it's ridiculous. You go on it. I have so much. Go on X and look at Sheboygan X. It's insane the amount of data I have up there that is telling you just how much you're spending on everything and how crazy it is, and the numbers and what you can do. People ask me, well, why I can't find anything. It's like, yeah, because you got your head stuck up your butt on Blue Sky. Nobody talks there. You got to go to X. It's where all the action is, has been for a decade, off and on. And bottom line is, you look at it, we're continuously adding all these low-cost zones. Look at Uptown Social. Every year, it's a little bit more on this phases and phases and phases. And then another employee, it's getting to be a real cost center. And they pulled them out in budgeting voodoo. They're out of general fund into whatever. WSCS goes back into general fund, so you can't pull the stuff out. And it's just that general kind of crap that you keep on doing. This isn't that hard. The budget isn't really that big. And when you look at it, we're mostly paying for public protection,
Mike?
And development.
Time's up. Thank you. City Clerk, next person.
The last person on the list is Roberta Felicki-Paneski.
Roberta, if you could state your name, address, and the item you're speaking on, and you will have 5 minutes.
Thank you. Roberta Felicki-Paneski, 28 North Point Drive. I want to talk to item number 6 and item number 31. First, I would like to offer my congratulations to our newest city attorney. I've had the opportunity to work with Liz in the past and have found her incisive, diligent, and compassionate. Liz, may you enjoy your well-deserved position. Second, these 2 items are for the budget. In 2018, I wrote a letter to my then alderperson requesting that Lake Court and North Point Drive be put on the road resurfacing docket, adding that I was a patient woman and that I would be willing to wait as long as I knew it was on the docket. Well, thank you to the Public Works Department and thank you to the Public Works Committee. It is on the docket for 2026. I thank you, My neighbors thank you, as well as all of the visitors who come to North Point, turn around and get their pictures taken over the lake. Third, as many of you may know, I have been lobbying for a communications director for the city of Sheboygan for some years. In my time on the council, I entered a resolution to have the position put on the table of organization. Given a city of this size and a budget of this size, I believed that it was imperative to have our story told in a coherent fashion. Thank you very much for putting it in this budget, and because it's there, I encourage you to pass the budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Roberta. City Clerk, anyone else for this evening?
No one else this
All
evening.
right. Well, good evening, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for coming to tonight's council meeting. So have some recognitions for tonight's meeting. So first, I want to recognize Allison Lowen, one of our wonderful, wonderful librarians at the Mead Public Library. And she got recognized by the Wisconsin Library Association for being the Librarian of the Year for 2025. So Allison works on the third floor in the kids' the kids' floor. So she does a wonderful job representing our library, helping as many folks out as they can. And obviously, one of the statements I always make is that the heart of any city is its downtown, and the heart of our downtown is our library. So Allison, I just want to offer this proclamation and congratulate you for the great work you're doing at the library and everybody at the Mead Public Library for this evening. So there you go. Do you want to say something? Or? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you, Allison. My next recognition I want to recognize is the Optimist Club of Sheboygan for their wonderful work that they do and they continue to do in our parks. For folks that live on the south side, you might be familiar with Optimist Park. Well, Optimist Park has been truly successful over the years because the Optimist Club continues to invest, raise funds, and help make wonderful improvements in time and treasures and investment in our parks. A few months ago, the Optimist Club worked with our wonderful DPW and park staff to buy new park equipment up to the tune of $25,000 to buy brand new park equipment for Optimist Park. So I want to give a certificate of appreciation to the Optimist Club for the great work. Thank you. There we go. Yeah. You want to say something?
I just wanted to take a moment to thank the city for their collaboration on the park improvements. Not only did we do a park improvement this past year, but we did one 5 years ago, and with the help of the city in the mid-'80s, the park was created in conjunction with the Optimist Club of Sheboygan. So we've been invested in the park for over 40 years and will continue to do so in the future. So I have a check to present for the city, to the city, in the amount of $25,000. And congratulations, Allison. The club has worked extensively with the library and our youth programming, and we've worked very closely with Allison and Mead Library staff. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll give the check to our finance director right away. So the city released a statement a couple hours ago, and I just want to read it here quick. So given over the several days, given the misinformation that has been circulated on social media regarding a potential project in the industrial park, the city would just like to make some clarifying comments on this project. This project is a development for a Class A industrial project that will operate as a logistics facility. And just to underscore it, for everybody who's actually reached out and emailed your representatives at the city council, I'll underscore that this is not a data center. This is not a data center. There's been no studies done for water for a potential data center in our business park. So if you have other questions, again, please feel free to reach out to your city representatives. We'll be happy to answer as much questions as we can. Thank you. Next, the ICMA of the United States recently highlighted several communities across the United States for a lot of the great work that is being conducted. And it's a wonderful opportunity to highlight the continued work and getting recognized by national organizations for the great work that is being done here in the city of Sheboygan. So Scott, cue up the video.
The city of Sheboygan's a small community right on Lake Michigan. We have a lot of outdoor activities, cultural activities, and a large manufacturing presence in the community. The city is really a hidden gem.
Our pride comes from the sense of community here. I think it's neighbors helping neighbors. There's definitely a strong pride of being a Sheboyganite.
Something that surprises folks about Sheboygan is just how great our quality of life is right here on the shores of Lake Michigan. From our businesses to our tourism to the events that we have, those are the ingredients that make our community a great place to live, start a business, and to come and visit. For many generations, a lot of Native American tribes traded here and set up many of their settlements along the Sheboygan River and the shores of Lake Michigan. Many generations ago as well, industry grew because of our prime location for commerce right on Lake Michigan, and wave of German immigrants have helped grow and invest and start businesses right here in our community. And a lot of those businesses that were started at the foundation of our community are still here today, thriving and growing and even stronger than before.
Manufacturing and the history of Sheboygan is intertwined. We've always been a location that loves to add value and make things.
To our roots, Sheboyganites are hard workers, and you still see that with a lot of our businesses, with the families that live here as well. We care about our community, we invest in our community, and I think that's what makes our community so strong, and that's why we have such a great quality of life right here in Sheboygan.
Sheboygan is a hard-working city, whether it be at the companies in town or in the communities and volunteer organizations in our town.
Sheboygan is a great place to run a business because you have support from both community and staff here. We definitely want to see you grow here. City staff, including the city administrator, mayor, and the Department of Planning and Development, meet with businesses, both big and small, to talk about ways that we can best serve them.
Sheboygan is an awesome place to run a business. It has it all. It's got a great workforce. It's got a great school system. It has a great sense of community and fantastic opportunities for culture for everybody.
The people here really like to work hard, put in that time, but they also like to play hard.
What attracts visitors to Sheboygan is beautiful Lake Michigan, our gorgeous riverfront boardwalk and marina, excellent restaurants, many golf course options, and of course, our world-class trout and salmon fishery.
From fishing to kayaking, kite surfing, water recreation is key in what drives our tourism forward. That's why we're proud to be known as the Malibu of the Midwest.
One of the things that drew me to Sheboygan when I first came up here back in 2012 was the food scene. I was very surprised for such a small city how good the food was.
We're blessed for a town of our size to have a lot of independent restaurants that are chef operated and family operated, as opposed to, a city full of chain restaurants.
The Sheboygan community is so incredibly supportive, not only of local businesses, but really just of each other. We host fundraisers at our tap room all the time, and the people that come out to support them and donate, and the amount of money we've been able to raise on our property for all those in need in this town is it's fairly mind-blowing, and just again shows how great people are here. Everyone will take care of each other, and I think that's just how you build a great city.
We have a vibrant art scene in downtown Sheboygan. At the Wiles Center, we offer a variety of opportunities for entertainment, from community cabarets to Broadway performances. There's truly something for everyone in Sheboygan.
It's this core value that creativity matters, and you'll find it throughout every city landscape wall, throughout the community, everywhere that you go, and for everyone, there is a bit of inspiration.
future of Sheboygan is really bright. We have a lot of great opportunities coming down the pipeline, partnerships with businesses as well as our local arts foundations. We've got renovations of our marina and our historic lakefront, and we've got businesses from all over the world that we're meeting with that are looking at potentially locating in Sheboygan.
Sheboygan is a great place to live and visit. Not too big, not too small, great industry, excellent entertainment, and of course, beautiful Lake Michigan. You can't go wrong.
There's something for everyone in Sheboygan.
There's really something for everyone in Sheboygan.
There's something for everyone in Sheboygan.
No matter what you're looking for, you can find it in Sheboygan. Okay, next item number 9 on the agenda, we'll have an election to be held this evening to fill the unexpired term for alderperson for District 4. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move that all candidates who provided applications to the city clerk are hereby nominated. Voting will be done by open ballot via the instant runoff method, where each voter will rank the candidates in order of preference. If no candidate receives a majority of first choice votes, the candidate with the fewest votes will be eliminated and those votes transferred to their second choices. Ties will be broken by looking back at who received the most votes in the previous rounds. This process is repeated until a candidate has a majority. A candidate cannot be elected unless he or she is ranked in on a majority of ballots.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Is there a motion to close nominations?
Mayor, I make a motion to close nominations.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor of closing the nominations that we received, please state aye.
Aye.
Any objection? All right, nominations are closed. All right, so we will call on the folks that submitted an application to come up to the podium and introduce themselves and just say a few words, and probably in around 3 minutes. So first, we'll call up Alonza Garwin, if I said that correctly.
It's Alonza Gravine. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's goofy. It's a goofy name. Hi, everybody. I'm really nervous, so we'll just do our best, all right? Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of the council. Thank you for this opportunity to speak. My name is Alonza Gravine, and I am here because I love Sheboygan. I love her rich history, and I am incredibly excited about her potential. When you love something, you don't just stand by. You roll up your sleeves, and you put in the work to make it the best it can be. That's why I'm asking for your support to serve as an interim District 4 alderperson. My candidacy is built on a foundation of practical skills and collaborative spirit. For years, I've honed my leadership and advocacy not in politics, but through dedicated service to my fellow coworkers. This has taught me a core belief that we build a stronger community by building up those around us and looking out for one another. My superpower, as I like to call it, is my busy mind. It allows me to see challenges and their solutions from all directions. I don't see a single path, but a web of possibilities, which is crucial for tackling complex city issues. And in this era of polarizing partisan politics, I believe our local government must be different. It must be a place where we work collaboratively to reach solutions that benefit the common good. I'm not coming with a personal agenda, but with a commitment to listen, learn, and to work as part of your team. Because I truly believe that teamwork makes the dream work. And if we put our collective experiences, our diverse outlooks, and our shared love for Sheboygan together, we can generate the good outcomes our city deserves. I am ready to get to work. I would be honored to have your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Alonza. All right, next, Chris Johnson. Chris, if you'd like to say a few words about yourself.
Sure. I'm probably more nervous than you were. So, hello, thanks for the opportunity. I've been in Sheboygan since '91. Learned to love it over the years. I've got a family here. I started my business back up. I have a lot of construction experience that I think I can help out in some of the council areas that I think are open, vacant. I'd just like to contribute. I've taken the back seat in politics for a while, and I've just started to dive into it, and it's really interesting, and I'd like to make Sheboygan an even better place than what it currently is. I think we're on the right path. I've seen a lot of changes that are good with Blue Harbor and boat races that have started up. A lot of good fun things that draws people to Sheboygan, and just want to keep moving forward. So thanks for the opportunity, hopefully.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you. Next, Nicholas Lapointe, if I'm saying that correct.
Yes. Okay. Those stairs. I was born and raised here in Sheboygan. I've been active in the community theater. Also a veteran of 8 years in the Marine Corps. And I would like to see a lot of veterans initiatives or veterans programs. And that's about it. I also do have a paralegal background, and I hope for the opportunity to serve.
Thank you. All right, is Tim McDonald? Tim?
Hi, my name's Tim McDonald. I've lived in Sheboygan for, 39 years now. These all seem like fine candidates. The only thing, and I had to ask myself the question too, is it is a big, big time commitment to be an altar person, I would think, in Sheboygan. I know the Flav had got quite a few calls from me, unfortunately. I got to be honest with you guys. There's a lot of great things going on in Sheboygan. There's a lot of things I am concerned with the direction we're heading. I sat through a dissertation presentation about the new fire station being looked into. That is a huge wad of money, and I'm not sure it's even realistic or close to being justified. I got to be honest about that. So that's the only reason I'm here, and I hope the other guys good luck and have fun. All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, that concludes those candidates that submitted questions. Questions from council members at all? All right, seeing none, the clerk
Send an email.
will send an email to vote for the candidates. So check your email. Give it a couple seconds.
Everybody.
Or check Joe. All right, let's welcome our newest member to the City Council, Alderwoman Alonza Garwin. I'll get the last name right. So you're jumping right into it. So if you'd come up here, Meredith will administer the oath.
Yourself down, right? That's your seat? Yes. Congratulations. Are you ready? I'm going to have you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Alonza Gravine.
I, Alonza Gravine.
Having been elected by the Common Council.
Having been elected by the Common Council.
To fulfill the unexpired term of Alderperson District 4.
To fulfill the unexpired term of Alder District 4.
Swear that I will support.
Swear that I will support.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin.
And the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin.
And will faithfully discharge.
And will faithfully discharge.
The duties of said office.
The duties of said office.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Okay.
All right, congratulations once again. And we're gonna just keep moving or keep her moving. So next item, consent agenda, items 11 through 21, Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to receive and file all reports and adopt all resolutions.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on any of the agenda on the consent agenda? Excuse me, Alder Decker.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I would like the city administrator to just give a quick synopsis of number 11 on the report on the water commissioners.
Thank you. City administrator.
One second here. So somebody reached out earlier today asking about the water report and the accusation that the AE contract was issued as a part of something to do with a data center. So we reached out to Superintendent Trueblood, who is the superintendent of the water utility. The water utility is the city's water utility. However, they're independent in that they have their own board and operate independent of the city and provide us reports as the city council is responsible for appointments. And we work closely with them on a number of things. So Superintendent Trueblood responded back, providing the minutes from the July board meeting referencing the project with AECom. The minutes state Superintendent reviewed a proposal from AECom for updating the water system model in the Southwest boosted pressure zone to evaluate updated water capacity. Commissioner Van de Cree made a motion, seconded by Commissioner Dale, to approve the proposal in two phases. First phase, not to exceed $25,000 in 2025 for field work and mapping updates, and second, not to exceed $33,000 for calibration and analysis in 2026. Motion passed unanimously. Superintendent Trueblood added, the water system model was last updated in 2017. With ongoing changes in the area, the model needs to be updated to reflect current conditions and in order to make estimates of water distribution throughout the area. This would include flow capacity, water pressure, and water storage requirements in the area to the South Point Enterprise Campus. This model is not related to any specific project or water user. Recently, remote data loggers were on fire hydrants throughout the area, and flow tests were conducted to acquire the necessary field data to update the model. In addition, all new water main extensions must be entered and friction coefficients must be adjusted. The field work for this project did not actually begin until late September. The quarterly reports normally are a summary of activities, but not listing all projects underway. So again, nothing to do with the data center.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alder Decker, anything else?
Nope, thank you.
Alder Bellinger?
Thank you. I would like to speak on or ask a question regarding item 18 to the fire chief. First of all, I would like to thank the fire chief and the police chief for presenting these reports. They are helpful. I do enjoy getting to look at the data that is provided in them. So again, thank you for that. But I do have a question regarding the effectiveness, the ISO rating with the number 2. I have no idea what that means. All I know is that it's consistent every year. It's number 2. I don't know if that's a good number or a bad number. If you could just explain that, to me so I could have a better feel for what that means.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Alder. Bellinger, the ISO rating is a rating by the insurance companies. It's, actually stands for Insurance Service Organization. And what they do is they rate the effectiveness of several categories within a city or municipality or a rural area. In our case, we are a rating of 2. 1 would be the best. And as it's typically in a municipality 1 through 5, but you get out to the rural areas, you can be a 9 or a 10 based on water source, et cetera. So there's many factors. The reason we're still a 2 is multiple reasons, some within our control and some without. They take the communication center, for example, as part of the rating, the capabilities of what the dispatchers or that center might do for the services, our training numbers, the number of ladder trucks within a city, the response times, the location and personnel, and several other factors, hydrant size, waterways, that kind of stuff, hydrant testing, et cetera. So it does affect business premiums, the premiums for insurances for businesses as well as homeowners. So obviously, if we were a 1, it would affect in a positive manner our residents and business owners where their premiums would decrease. We are actively trying, although we are limited in what we can do all at once. We do have a ladder truck quint on the agenda, the docket for 2027. That would go towards helping. And then also staffing eventually down the road as we get busier and busier. That's a conversation we have to have with administration just to see what we're at. But we've been working on our training hours, and you can see every year we're increasing the number of training hours that we do as a department.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you. Any other discussion on the consent agenda? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote. Just call it.
Alder Rust? 10 ayes.
All right, those items are approved. Item 22, resolution number 120-25-26 by Alders Mitchell and Perla, authorizing the appropriate city staff to adjust the fleet mechanic position within the city's compensation table. Alder Mitchell.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Yeah. It was thinking. Should go now. Alder Rust? Ayes.
That's approved. Next, resolution number 112-25-26 by Alders Decker and Rust, authorizing the appropriate city officials to sign the necessary documents to effectuate a land transfer with Sheboygan County. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? Alder Prella.
I just wanted a clarification on the fact that, so there is a swap of basically a 1.6 mile, right, of what is currently the 400 trail, correct? To with a land, so a swap with the county, correct? But then, is the city going to build the trail back?
Yes, we already have built the trail.
What's that?
The trail has already been built on that new location.
Oh, okay. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Alder Rust? Is that an aye? Yeah. 10 ayes.
All right, that's approved. Next, item 24, resolution number 115-2526 by Alders Decker and Rust, accepting a donation from the Optimist Club of Sheboygan to support the installation of new playground equipment and sidewalk border Optimist Park, and authorizing the finance director to amend the 2025 budget for associated expenses. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Alder Rust? 10 ayes.
That's approved. 25, resolution number 111-2526 by Alders Decker and Rust, authorizing the appropriate city officials to execute an underground electric and communication easement to Alliant Energy at parcel number 592812066682 and 592812066683, located south of the police station. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this matter? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Alder Rust? 10 ayes.
That's approved. Item 26 will lay over. Item 27 will be referred to the Public Works Committee. Under General Ordinances, item 28, General Ordinance number 2125 by Alders Decker and Rust, creating 2 no parking zones on North Commerce Street. Alder Decker.
I move to adopt the ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? Alder Perella.
Can you please clarify what is a trigger, these no parking zones?
Who wants to take that one? City Engineer.
Can you repeat your question?
Can you please clarify what is a trigger, these no parking zones?
As we developed the property, kind of the north part of North Commerce Street, we just realized that in order to create developable property and have a roadway through there, we needed to create some sections with no parking.
These are permanently?
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? This is a roll call vote.
Alder Rust? 10 ayes.
That's approved. Item 29, General Ordinance number 222526 by Alders Decker and Rust, creating 2 new parking zones on Pennsylvania Avenue. Alder Decker.
I move to adopt the ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Alder Rust? 10 ayes.
Thank you. That's approved. Item 29, we just did that. Item 30, General Ordinance number 232526 by Alders Decker and Rust, placing stop signs related to the relocation of North Commerce Street. Alder Decker.
I move to adopt the ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on this matter? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Alder Rust? 10 ayes.
That's approved. Item 31, General Ordinance number 282526 by Alders Decker and Rust, amending Section 48-96 of the Sheboygan Municipal Code regarding temporary obstructions. Alder Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt the ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion on this matter? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Alder Rust? 10 ayes.
That's approved. Next, 32, General Ordinance number 282526 by Alders Rust and LaFave, amending various sections of the Sheboygan Municipal Code so as to increase fees charged by the police department. Alder Decker.
I move to adopt the ordinance.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and second. Discussion on this matter. Seeing none, roll call vote.
Alder Rust? 10 ayes.
That's approved. 33, General Ordinance Number 272526 by Alders Rust and LaFave, amending various sections within Chapter 12 of the Sheboygan Municipal Code. Alder Decker.
I move to adopt the ordinance.
Second.
Moved and second. Discussion on this matter? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Alder Rust? 10 ayes.
It's approved. Item 34, General Ordinance Number 252526 by Alders Rust and LaFave, amending sections 40-55 of the Sheboygan Municipal Code so as to allow alcohol at Wildwood Athletics Complex. Alder Decker.
I move to adopt the ordinance.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Alder Rust? 10 ayes.
That's approved. Item 35 will lay over. Next, we have resolution number 110-2526 by Alders Rust and Decker, establishing the 2026 budget appropriations and the 2025 tax levy during the calendar year. Alder Decker.
I move to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Under discussion, Finance Director.
Good evening. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Caitlin Krieger. I'm the Finance Director here at the City of Sheboygan. I wanted to provide a short overview of the 2026 budget since I knew there were going to be quite a few individuals present here today. So in an effort to provide some more information, I put together a few slides. The 2026 budget has been posted on the city website for the first preliminary budget actually was posted back in September. As we went through changes that came up from various reasons, for instance, health insurance rates were finalized. We got our statements from the state that provided our final numbers for aid and things like that. All these numbers have been updated throughout the process. So the 2026 budget overview is on the slide. I will say an overview or summary was also posted to the city website last week and also via the city's social media. So some of these slides are just directly from that memo. As you can see, there have been some significant changes in the different categories of spend. There are the reasons listed on the screen as well, but public safety, that is primarily due to the construction of the public safety campus, which includes a reconstruction of Fire Station 3, which is the headquarters. It also includes an expansion of the police department and a training facility as well that can be used by multiple departments. The Public Works category also saw a 19% increase. That is primarily due to the capital projects in the wastewater fund. Specifically, the Southside Interceptor that has been planned for a number of years is included in the 2026 budget. Health and Human Services does see a 12% increase. That is generally due to reallocation of a staff member who was doing cemetery duties, but previously categorized in a different area, so it's reallocated to the appropriate category. Culture and Recreation, that has a 7% increase, and that's an increase in the capital projects that are anticipated for 26 compared to 25. Transfers and others, that's a category as well. That sees a 41% increase. That is primarily due to the transfer from the capital fund to support vehicle purchases within the motor vehicle fund. And there is a placeholder for the expenditure restraint program, which is through the state of Wisconsin. So that won't actually be recognized as an expense, but it is a placeholder for that program. The 2026 tax levy is going up 2.55%, so from $29.3 million to $30.1 million. However, the equalized tax rate and assessed rate are expected to go down approximately 5.8 or 5.7%. In addition to the current tax information, I did include a 10-year City of Sheboygan assessed tax rate chart. Fund balance use is often a common question, and this is, again, coming right from that memo that was posted last week. So The city is required by our policy to provide a balanced budget. In order to do so, sometimes the fund balance or the cash on hand that the city has is utilized for one-time expenditures. That is the primary reason for that $513,000 in the general fund. It is used for contingencies. So that is the items that we don't know what to expect with next year. For example, we have previously utilized that fund or those dollars for the immediate need of a repair to a road when it was discovered that it had to be fixed immediately. Additionally, for example, when the sprinkler system froze, we needed to fix the police department, for example. That's what that contingency line is for. In addition, there are uses in both the Special Assessment Fund and Housing, Affordable Housing Fund. Those were planned expenses as well. Capital project, there are some carry forward street projects that have not been completed in 25, so we're requesting that those dollars get added to 2026 to make sure that we still utilize the dollars that were set aside for those projects. The TID dollar amount is utilization of either previously issued debt or to balance the budget. I will say in the memo and on the screen, there is also an increase in fund balance to certain TID funds as well. That is either going to be utilized for future expenses or it's to make up for previous deficits in those funds. And lastly, IT and wastewater. IT has the $100,000 contingency expense as well. That is very similar to general fund where we have been working through projects in the IT department and we're not sure exactly what all might come up next year. So setting aside those dollars in order to make sure we can continue those projects. And the wastewater has some equipment replacement funds spend. For 2026, there are some staffing changes from 2025. As Roberta mentioned earlier, there was the addition of the communications specialist. There is also the change, including a code enforcement officer count where we were at 0.5 FTE and we're going to 2 FTE. There's the addition of a half FTE at Uptown Social, which is a part-time admin assistant type position, which is grant or donation funded. We have previously addressed via resolution the change where library maintenance staff will be overseen in the general fund by the Facilities and Operations Department. We have 3 additional police officers within the 2026 budget, and again, that was a grant that came forward from to the council because we have a COPS grant that covers approximately 50% of the cost of those officers. And lastly, there is the DPW implementation of the Bold Path organizational study. This is one of many steps through that process, but we really looked at the different responsibilities and job duties. And
Scott, can you mute? Thank you.
And made sure that the reclassification and some of those initial changes were included in the 26 budget. The entire 2026 capital plan total is listed on the screen. Some of the initial projects are lumped together just for purposes of putting them on the screen for you, but there is an anticipated spend of about $85.7 million in the capital plan for 2026. And lastly, for me, the 2026 projected debt issuance includes 3 categories in my world. So there is the non-TID debt, which is $32.7 million. That is primarily for the public safety campus and street projects. However, as you can see from the list, there were definitely other items within that dollar amount. The general obligation TID debt, that is related to projects directly in the TID districts, and those come from the project plan and were previously at least put through on the project plan as approved. Those come forward as those occur. Those would be paid with future tax increment collected within the TID. And lastly, the revenue obligation or the wastewater fund is anticipated to issue $28 million. That is funded by future revenue collected by the wastewater utility.
Good evening. So I get to talk about debt. It's a really fun topic. So we wanted to talk about 2 different types. We have 2 different limitations that we've imposed on ourselves. So the city is required by state law that we cannot exceed 5% of our taxable value in debt. And then we've implemented a policy that says we cannot use more than 60% of our available capacity for general GO debt. So TID debt is excluded by that in our policy, but either way, the state law governs overall. So just to kind of give a little basis on where we get that 5% for the state cap, and then of that 5%, 60% of that is what the city's cap is. So over the last 10 years, this is the equalized value. This is from the state numbers. We've seen on average over a 10-year period an average annualized growth rate of 8%. So in our projections, we've used 4% annualized equalized value. So 50% of the historic is what we've put into our projections. We have no values for projected projects in the equalized value numbers that we're going to look at here. And we have all of the 2026 through 2030 TID debt issuance included for all projects currently proposed in the capital plan. And we have all the 2031 through 2044 non-TID debt issuances, includes an annual amount of $6 million after the current capital plan. We've put in an additional $6 million a year for street projects specifically. All TID debt issuances are based on future projects as are outlined in the TID project plans that are available on the city's website and approved by council. All payments on future debt issuance are based on a 20-year straight repayment. Obviously, once we issue debt, we take into consideration cash flow at that time, not what was projected in the plan, but we look at actual cash flows that are available at the time. So looking at that, we're looking at how are we in compliance with our state statute. You'll see here that the green line is our projected capacity from 2026 through 2044. The orange line is the total projected outstanding debt. So the highest we get is about 60% of our capacity, or 63%, I think, which is on the next slide. So you'll see here we get to about 63% of our overall capacity for all debt. So, and that quickly drops back down. Vast majority of all that debt will be repaid by other funding sources than tax dollars. Looking at projected debt, 60% capacity versus non-TID debt outstanding. So in this graph, we're looking at the city with our own self-imposed cap of 60%. We can see that at no point do we go over 35% of our total. So we've got an exceptional amount of capacity without needing to infringe on that capacity or looking at our policy. And that is including all of our non-TID debt. So this is everything that's in the 5-year capital plan. And it's looking at after the 5-year capital plan is expired, we have that $6 million built in for each year after that. So just a visual to show that we're not going to be anywhere near exceeding our capacity. And then, just to show that we're in compliance, at no point do we go to about 36% of our total capacity of that 60% limitation on non-TID debt. So let's see, and that has all the current projects in it. And then we also wanted to talk about where we're at on the TIDs. So these numbers are all in the millions. So TID 16, the certified value for increment that would be available is $32 million. TID 17 is $49 million. This is value, so we would get the taxable value of that would go into these TID districts respectively. TID 18 has $40 million. TID 19 has $8 million. TID 20, $43 million. And then TID 21, 22, 23 were created about a year ago. So we've got one year of increment into each of those TIDs at this point. TID 21 has $6 million of increment already. TID 22 has $5 million, and TID 23 has $5 million as well. So with that, are there any questions?
Questions from alders? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Alder Bellinger.
I would just like to thank the staff for putting this together, the budget, the department heads, Casey and Caitlin. I know there was a great deal of time and effort put into this, and I appreciate the conservative nature as far as the debt goes. And it's nice to see that as we move in for future years, that continues to decrease significantly. So again, I appreciate that. And again, all the hard work for all the department heads that put all this together. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Alder Bellinger. Alder Perella.
Yeah, could you please explain in layman's terms what's the impact of the equalized tax rate decrease? So on property taxes.
Finance Director?
Sure, no problem. So if the assessed tax rate is going down, that is the rate that will be utilized for tax bills when they come out. So based on the assessment, if your house value did not change from one year to the next, you would see a decrease in your tax rate. The equalized tax rate, that doesn't have as much of an impact on the tax bill because we do tax based on assessed value. So we just provide that due to the state providing those numbers through the Department of Revenue annually.
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. So isn't that the equalized tax rate the one that is used in the formula to calculate my property tax?
We utilize the assessed tax rate for the bills.
Right, but the equalized tax rate has an impact on that, right?
It does not.
Oh, okay. So there is no way I can predict any change based on this.
I would utilize your assessed tax rate and the assessment letter that you received from the assessment office.
Sure. I was hoping that you could give us some good news tonight and tell us something, but okay.
It truly depends property by property.
And on the assessment of that property?
Correct.
Okay. The net new constructions based on the link that you provided for this year is, I know it's not the city that calculates it, I know that, but this year is for 2025 is 2.45. I couldn't find the net construction percentage for the 2024 or 2023. Would you have those? I would like to see is how much the net construction in percentage terms increased in 2025 compared to 2024, 2023.
City Administrator.
Yeah, all that number and the historic numbers are available on the Wisconsin Department of Revenue's website. So if you just Google net new construction Wisconsin, you'll have that for I believe it goes back to 2016.
Yeah, I couldn't find it today, so you don't have it handy, I assume. That's fine, absolutely. It's just that I couldn't find it when I looked for it today.
Alder Perella, I'm happy to share the link with you that has the history. Quickly, I did pull up 2024 net new construction for the city was 0.78%, and 2025 it's coming up for me, 1.07%. So that's the net new construction. I'm wondering if maybe we're looking at the levy number, but this is the net new construction is the new buildings within the city.
Can you repeat that, please?
Sure. So I'm not sure what percentage you were stating earlier because that did not match the net new construction number for this year. So I just wanted to draw your attention that the net new construction for 2025 is 1.07%, 24 was 0.78%.
Very good. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other discussion? All right, seeing none, this will be a roll call vote.
Nine ayes.
All right, that's approved. We've exhausted our agenda, and our next regular meeting will be November 17th. Alder Decker.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor of adjournment, state aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned at 7:09. Thanks, everybody.